So we'll go ahead and start going northwest here and find a Digsite workman. Let's see if I can find one just to get an example quick. Here's one. You'll just want to steal, and this is where you do need 25 thieving. And as you can see, we've got a bucket. And we'll just keep going. If you do not bring your 2 ropes, you can get rope from them. And yeah, so I'll be back once I get my animal skull too and a specimen brush. Alright, and I just got the skull. I did come down just a little bit south here and took it from this guy with the blue overalls. But just got the animal skull. You can also get a rock sample by opening and searching the chest east of the examiners. So we'll actually just go ahead and go do that. Go east, and there should be a chest down. Oh well. We'll now want to go talk to a student in a green shirt just north of the workman, and he will take the animal skull and give you the exam answers. The study of earth science is the study of the earth, its contents and history. A bit north, we'll then talk to a male student in an orange shirt. So first let's just go up here just north of the workman to a student in a green shirt right here. We'll talk to him. And he'll ask for our skull, so then talk to him again. And he'll tell us that one answer. And we will now want to go a bit farther north and find the student with an orange shirt. Let's see if we can spot him around here. Oh, there he is. Run over here, and he should take the cup. And he'll ask for the cup and then talk to him again, and then he'll take it. And he'll give us a second answer. And now we'll just want to go a bit northwest of here and talk to a female student in a purple shirt. So we'll go northwest. See if we can spot. There she is. And she'll ask us to find her teddy bear, which we already have found. And talk to her again, and she'll take the teddy bear and give us a third answer. We will now want to go back to the examiner and take the exam, and you can do so by just going south and going up the pathway, and I'll be back as soon as I get there. And we are now here at the exam area. We'll talk to her and tell her that we are ready. Can you tell me what earth science is? And the correct answer is the first one here, the study of earth, its contents and history. Next question, can you tell me which people are allowed to use the Digsite? And the correct answer is the third one, all that have passed the appropriate earth science exam. And the third question, what precautions must be taken? And it's the second one, gloves and boots to be worn at all times, proper tools must be used. Let's see how we did. We got them all right, and she'll give us a certificate. Now, you can do one of two things now. You can either A, take this to the curator at the Varrock Museum, and you can give it to him for safekeeping if you don't trust yourself to hang on to it, that you might lose it. Or you can do what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to hang on to it for now, and just take all 3 of them there at once we take it. So now what we want to do is go speak to the students again and get the answers to the second exam. So you just need to go back down south. And this quest, there are no shortcuts. Excuse me, I can't speak today. I do highly recommend getting super energy potions. There is a lot of running around. And also the Varrock teleport method, whether it be having the magic level to teleport there or just using the teletabs. So you just want to go back north again and come back down here. And we'll start with the student in the green shirt. We will talk to him and say we need more help with the exam. And he should give it to us. tells us that we must use the right rock pick. Always handle with care, strike the rock cleanly at its cleaving point. Now talk to the student in the orange shirt, say that we need help, and he'll give us a second answer. And we'll run over here quick and talk to the student in the purple shirt. Talk to her, say we need help, and she gave us that. And we must now go back up and talk to the examiner again and take our second test. And note that you cannot just look for the correct answers or just answer them correctly. No matter what, you always get them wrong, even if you answer it right, until you go down and talk to the students. So it's not a shortcut that you can take by just watching my guide and picking the right answers. So just run back in here quick, and we'll talk to the examiner to get our second certificate. It doesn't matter which examiner we talk to. Say that you're ready for the next exam. And here we go. Can you tell me how we transport samples? What you must do. The correct answer is the third one, samples taken in rough form, kept only in sealed containers. The next question, handling of fines. What is the proper way to handle fines? You want to pick the first one. Fines must be carefully handled and gloves worn. And the last question is, can you tell me the proper use for a rock pick? And the correct answer is the second one, always handle with care, strike cleanly on its cleaving point. We got them all right, and we'll get our level 2 certificate. And we will now want to go back down and speak to the students again, which I will unpause and be back once I make my way back down there. Now that we're down here, we'll talk to the student in the green shirt, and we'll say that we will need help again, and he'll give us an answer. And once again, we'll run back up here, talk to the student in the orange shirt, ask for help, and he'll give us the answer. And then for the female student in the purple shirt, she's going to ask for an opal. Now you can have a uncut opal or a cut opal, either one is fine. And in exchange, she'll give us the answer. And then talk to her again. We'll give her the opal, and she will give us the answer. And we will now want to run back up, and we will want to speak to the examiner again to get the final part of our certificate, which I will be back once I am up there. Now that we are here, we'll talk to the examiner again, say that we are ready to take the exam, and then we'll start. The first question is, can you tell me how we prepare samples? The correct answer is the first one, samples cleaned and carried only in specimen jars. Next question will be, what is the proper way to use a specimen brush? And you will want to do the first one, brush carefully and slowly using short strokes. And the last question is, can you describe the technique for handling bones? And the correct answer is the third one, handle bones very carefully and keep them away from other samples. And we will now gain our level 3 certificate. And just organize those. And we will now that we've got the level 3, or all 3 certificates, we have now graduated and can dig anywhere in the Digsite. We want to take our certificates to the curator in the Verak Museum, and you either will get a chocolate cake or a fruit blast as a reward for graduating. So I'll go ahead, just teleport to Verak, and I'll be back once I get there. And now that we are here, let's see if we can just use it on him. And choose your reward. We can use this one. and we will use this one just to save bank space. We will now want to go back to the dig site, and we will want to go to the northeast corner of the dig site, past a winch, which we will then use later, near the level 3 area with a buried skeleton. So we will go ahead and run there, and I'll be back once I get there. Alright, and I am here at the northeast corner. What you want to do is you'll just want to search these sacks here, and you'll get a specimen jar. We'll now want to go to the northeast corner with the buried skeleton and use the trowel on the soil until we find a Zeros talisman. So we'll go up here and we'll use the trowel, which we got from the examiner for cleaning our, or for winning our whatever, for completing our test. And we want to use it on the soil. Right here. We'll use it on the soil, and we should get a... oh, we got a little bit of points there. So just keep using your trowel on the soil until you do get the Zeros talisman. And I will be back once I do get that. Alright, and once you get the talisman, you'll want to go back to the dig site, and you'll want to use it with the archaeologist or archaeological expert, which is right next to the examiner or in the same building, so somewhere near her. And yeah, so I'll be back once I'm there. And we are now back at the area here. We'll just want to use the talisman on the expert here, and just click through all this right here, and he will give us an invitation letter. We'll want to now return to the dig site and use the letter with the workman, and he will allow us to enter the shafts. So I'll just again go right out of here, and we'll go all the way back down to the dig site, and then just on any workman we will go and use this with one of the workmen, and they'll then allow us to go down in the shafts. So I will be back once I have done that. And we are now down here, and I'll just use this on this workman here. Alright, and you'll just come to this winch. This is in the northeast corner here, and you will click operate winch, and that you will need something to get down there. So what you'll want to do is operate the winch, and you'll use the rope on the winch and operate it to lower yourself to the bottom. So we'll go ahead and just use this rope on there and operate it here, and we are now down here. And we'll want to take an Arcana root and climb back to the surface. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce that right. So we'll just take one of these roots, turn my run back on, excuse me, and we will now go back up to the surface. We'll want to go back to the tents, and once we do so, we will want to search the specimen tray outside of the tent where we found the panning tray until you find charcoal. So, alright, sorry about that, I disconnected. I'm not too sure if it's my internet or if it's just the RuneScape servers, but we will keep on going. Excuse me. So, like I said, you'll want to go back to the surface, and we'll go over back to the tent, which is to the south actually. And then we'll just want to search for the charcoal where we found the panning tray. So we will go right here, and we'll search the specimen tray until we find some charcoal. Excuse me. Which I will be back once I find it. Alright, and once you get the charcoal, you'll want to use a pestle and mortar on the charcoal to get ground charcoal, and this will be used for the bomb. We now want to go west of the tent where we got the panning tray, and we'll find 3 barrels, Alright, so we will just use our trowel on this barrel, and it is now open. And we will now want to just use a vial on there. And we'll get an unidentified liquid. Do not drop the vial. If you do, it will take 20 to 36 damage from you. You want to take the vial and use it on the archaeologist expert, which is back at the exam center. And so we'll just quickly run right back up here. Plenty of run. And yeah, I'll be back once I'm there. Alright, and once we're here, we want to use the vial on the archaeologist expert. I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. I gotta love the frickin' movements on here. And we'll just ask him what it is, and he'll say it is very dangerous nitroglycerin. And we will now want to search the bookshelves in the examiner's room and find the book of experimental chemistry. So, we'll go right in here, and we will start searching. And I will be back once I find this book. Alright, I believe the book is actually called Book on Chemicals. So we'll go ahead and just read this quick, flip through it. And we will now need to search the cupboard to find the rock pick, and that's not needed until the end of the quest, but since we're here, we might as well save us the trip and just get it now. So we will go ahead and open the cupboard. Oh. Search it. Find nothing. Let's try this one. And we'll get ourselves a rock pick. We'll now want to head to the northwest winch and operate the winch. So we want to just go out of here and go north again and go to the northwest. So I will be back once I get there. And we will now want to be at the northwest winch, and we will operate it. And then we'll have to put a rope on it, operate it again, and go back down. Once we are inside, we want to search the rocks, use the path that is to the south here. So we will search the brick here, and we'll ask ourselves if there is someone around that might be able to help us move them. We'll then want to go to the northeast winch private dig area and operate the winch with your second rope. And when inside, we will talk to Doug Deeping. And so I will be back once I am there. And I am now just arriving here. And so we will go ahead and just operate this winch. And we will climb back down, and we'll talk to Doug Deeping. We'll ask him how you could manage to move a large pile of rocks. So we'll use the last option. Go ahead and go through, and he will give us a key. And he also tells us a short story about the guy that used to work in the level 2 area, and then he'll also give us the key. So we'll then want to go back up the rope here, and we'll want to go back to the tent where we got our panning tray, which is to the south. And once we are there, we are going to want to use the key on the chest, and that is locked, and we'll receive an unidentified white chemical powder. So let's just get here. We'll then take the powder to the expert and get it identified as ammonium nitrate. So this should be the locked chest. Let's use the key on it. And we've got our powder. Oh, let's search it. Right there. We got our unidentified powder. And so we'll just go back up here to the exam center to the south, and we'll go and use it on him. And I will resume once I get there. Alright, now that we are here, we'll use the chemical powder on the expert here. And we got our ammonium nitrate. And once we get this ammonium nitrate, we'll want to go back to the dig site, go back down the northwest winch, and prepare ourselves to make the explosive compound. So we will go ahead and just go back out and go north again to the northwest winch, and I will be back once I'm there. And now that we're here to the northwest winch, we will go back down, and once we are down here, we will use the ammonium nitrate on the nitroglycerin, which is right here. And we will now have mixed chemicals. We'll use the ground charcoal on the mixture, like so, and get mixed chemicals again, and we will finally use the arsenia root on the mixture, which will then complete it. And we now have a chemical compound, and we will now go to the fork and use the explosive compound on the bricks blocking the way. We'll then light our brick with our tinderbox. So let's use this right here, and then we will light our brick with the tinderbox, and our character should run back a little bit, and it then blows, and we will now want to go straight through and go to the stone tablet in the middle of the room. And just a heads up, there are level 22 skeletons surrounding here. And once we are in here, we will want to take the stone tablet, and then we will take it back up to the expert. I'm sorry, I still cannot pronounce that. But we will take this all the way back up to the south to the expert and give it to him, which will then complete our quest. And I will be back once I do so. Alright, and I am now back here. And so we can just use the stone tablet on the expert, and it should finish the quest for us. Let's see. Yep. We are awarded with 2 quest points, 15,300 mining XP, 2,000 herbivore XP, and 2 gold bars. This now brings my quest points total to 99 quest points. And I got 54 mining and level 32 herbivore. So this now wraps it up for this guide. This is, however, my second quest guide, so I still may not be the best at doing these, and I apologize. But hey, the outcome is still the same. You guys get a guide to complete your quest, and there will definitely be more quest guides to come. If you guys liked the video, then go ahead and just give it a thumbs up. That's always nice to see, and it encourages me to continue making these and shows that you guys enjoy these quest guides. If there are any guides for anything or any videos that you guys want to see, go ahead and suggest them in the comments, or also even send me a YouTube message. Don't forget to subscribe to see future videos for more quest guides and stuff like that, and I will catch you guys later.